Dragon Clash is brought to you by Red Dragon Martial Arts Academy, the Belize Bank Limited, Our Country, Your Bank, Smart, bringing people together, Century 21, Real Estate for the Real World, and St. John's Credit Union, Safe Saving, Smart Borrowing.
8 fighters training in the art of judo, karate, jiu-jitsu, boxing, and taekwondo. Endurance, discipline, passion. One goal. Who will reign supreme? Dragon Clash. Dragon Clash.
We want to welcome you to of course, the Dragon Clash press conference, the opening of this special event.
Our term is going to be for 6 months, divided into 3. 2 months of training in judo and jiu-jitsu, 2 months of training in karate fighting, and 2 months of training in boxing. Dragon Clash is an event to raise the level of awareness in the country of Belize about the professionals that we have right here within the country in the system, different systems of martial arts. Mixed martial arts is a rising phenomenon throughout the world, and there's no reason why it should not occur here in Belize as well. We predominantly have here in our country the art of karate over kickboxing and taekwondo and judo and the other stuff. But mixed martial arts is a good way to market all of these sports at the same time. The training itself is scheduled for 6 months. February and March, you guys are going to be training under Coach One Card in judo and jiu-jitsu, and myself will be working together as a team to make sure that you guys get the most out of the syllabus. It's going to be difficult, but ask you guys just to cope with us, and everything that we ask you to do is going to benefit you. All right, so try not to use the word can't before you make an attempt. Make an attempt first, and then if you can't, then we come back to it later, but we won't give up on it. April and May, you guys are going to be training in karate. And we say karate, but it's just a general term for Belize. You guys will actually be doing kickboxing, karate, and taekwondo. All right, so the arts of striking. Those are the 3 arts of striking you'll be training. And I will be leading that, assisted by Sensei Anthony Lord. He's sitting over there at the back. He is a taekwondo specialist for Belize, so he's going to take over when your taekwondo part of your training comes up. He's going to be the one doing that for you. Right, it's going to be demanding again, because as I mentioned earlier, we tried to make the schedule as demanding as possible because it's only 6 months. 6 months is not enough time to make anybody into a top level fighter. So we chose the best techniques, the best method of instructing, of coaching, so that you guys can get the most out of the classes. And then finally, in June and July, you guys will be working with Mr. David Dawson in the art of boxing. And then again, once again, we ask your cooperation with him. He's only going to ask you to do things that will benefit you.
Dragon Clash.
Of course, the winner of the competition gets to walk home with $10,000. And more than just that, because we also have 6 months of knowledge and experience that they didn't have before. So in saying that, all the competitors, all the participants who sign up are champions because they will all be taking home something that they didn't have when they came here in the beginning. And then the general appeal would be, to affect Belize as a country. So you go home, if you're from Barrel Boom or you're from some of the rural areas, is to go back and get your community together and then share the knowledge and the experience that you've garnered over the 6 months training. And then we can start to affect a change right here in the country of Belize. There will be fighting on Saturdays, 1 time per week, until we wind down to just a single champion. With that said, we have completed. I've completed my roster of things that I wanted to get across to you guys and to the media.
Dragon Clash.
The Red Dragon Martial Arts Academy was formerly known as the Karate Institute. It was founded by my instructor, Sensei Rick Bateman, who came to live in Belize in 1993. He left the country in 2006 to pursue further education. So since then I've been the chief instructor, and we've affiliated ourselves with the Belize Karate Federation, the Judo Association of Belize, the Taekwondo Federation, and as of late, the Fencing Association that's being run by Frank McKenzie. In the beginning, the Federation was just looking for a way to fundraise. And we thought about doing the show, but not quite as a sub-reality TV show, just get the guys, train them, and have them compete. But in Belize, we have so many people trafficking through international people and locals that train in different things but don't get the recognition that they deserve. So this was an opportunity for us to show, at least for martial arts, the expertise that we have been garnering over the past years. Like as I said before, the Karate Federation goes out and they do wonderful things outside the country. Judo does the same, Taekwondo the same, and fencing does the same, but we feel that we don't get the recognition that we deserve. So this is a way to bring it into the eyes of the public that we are here, and these are the things that we are doing. In order to get participants in this show, we used every means possible: the newspapers, television commercials, Facebook fan page, emails, and of course word of mouth. Originally we were looking for 20 people to sign up. We started with 17, and only 8 of them actually survived the training, so now we're working with the 8. Going into the fights, we basically placed them in 2 groups. Have Group Gill, which are the guys that I'm going to be responsible for, and also Group C, Group Card, which are the fighters that Coach Juan is going to be responsible for. We basically did random picks because both of us trained all the fighters in the end, but we just did random picks for people that we're going to be supporting from their corner of the cage.
Dragon Clash.
I've been training martial arts for 3 years. I compete in several tournaments. Biggest tournament was in Costa Rica, Central American Olympics, and the Caribbean. I do judo for 3 years with Sensei Chi, and jiu-jitsu 3 years with Sensei Leon. Karate with Sensei Leon for 3 years. I have blue belt in karate and blue belt in jiu-jitsu and yellow in judo.
Dragon Clash.
El propósito de estar aquí en Belice es precisamente el trabajar con estos chicos que están dedicados a este evento de Dragon Clash. Con el pie. Sale. Pues a lo mejor el árbitro no está viendo que yo estoy con la mano. Entonces, si no puede tapear con las manos, si está en una posición incómoda, con el pie, tapé. O también puede decir, sí, mate. Mate. ¿Sí? Como ajedrez, a que mate. ¿Sí? Entonces está en la marcha. Está en la marcha. Mi función principalmente es regular las contiendas. ¿Sí? Regular las contiendas ser totalmente imparcial. Por eso es que llamaron a una persona de México para que haga la función de llevar a cabo estas contiendas sin tener ningún favoritismo. Yo a ellos no los conozco. Esa es la verdadera función de un árbitro, ser imparcial. En todo momento uno tiene que tener la mente fría, ¿sí? Ser tajante, ser justo en las decisiones, ser firme y justo. Uno no debe cometer errores como lo es mi trabajo, ¿no? de ser árbitro, de ser referee de las contiendas, porque cuando uno comete este tipo de errores se lleva desilusiones el competidor, ¿sí? Y el competidor ha tenido que trabajar durante meses, incluso durante años, para poder llegar hasta donde está. Y es injusto cuando un árbitro o una persona no está preparada para esta situación. En una acción, ¿sí? Por ejemplo, ¿sí? Por ejemplo, yo voy a querer agarrar al contrincante, ¿sí? Puedo sujetarlo de las partes del cuerpo, ¿sí? Los brazos, la pierna, el tobillo, ¿sí? Puedo entrar y tratar de sujetar. En ese momento, ¿qué es lo que hago? Levantar. Pero no puedo hacer este movimiento, jalar. No puedo jalar el short, ¿sí? No puedo jalarlo. Si yo estoy en el piso, ¿sí? Y de repente estoy acá, no puedo jalar el pie. Esto no lo puedo hacer. Y lo que tengo que hacer es, simple y sencillamente, ya llevamos el primer avance de las reglas. Nos falta la segunda parte, que es un poquito más tranquila. Sí, ya la parte más difícil ya la hicimos, pero de igual manera tenemos que trabajar. Son bastantes horas de entrenamiento para los chicos, en los cuales llega a fatigar, lleva a causar un poco de cansancio, pero es ahí donde la mente debe vencer al cuerpo, ¿sí? Es importante esto también en las artes marciales, el autocontrol, el tener una mente relajada, quieta y estar atento a las indicaciones que se le da a uno. Yo estoy haciendo una técnica, ¿sí? Yo estoy haciendo una técnica, ¿no? Por ejemplo acá, ¿sí? Pero él es fuerte, ¿sí? Él es fuerte, ¿sí? Strong. ¿Yo qué hago? Puedo inmovilizar el dedo, ¿no? De repente y hago este movimiento. No puedo inmovilizar dedos, ¿sale? Si yo estoy haciendo una palanca aquí y no sale, yo agarro el dedo, el suelto, abre las manos y yo hago esto. Está prohibido. Hay que tener una base muy sólida conforme a lo que se pretende hacer. No va a dar resultados si uno no es constante en lo que hace. Tenemos que tener una disciplina, una constancia. A las personas que quieran practicar cualquier disciplina, no va a funcionar si usted no es constante. Existe la llave al talón, y existe la llave a la rodilla. No es lo mismo que yo haga esto, ¿sí? Aquí, desde acá, ¿sí? ¡Sas! Él va, por dolor, va, tapear, ¿sí? Alto. Ahora, que yo haga esto, ¡fum! Ya no es la llave aquí a la rodilla, al tobillo. Si no es a la rodilla, entonces aquí la voy a romper. ¿Sí? Breaks. ¿Sí? One break. ¡Prac!
I'm hoping that this show is going to inspire individuals that are responsible for the other federations and associations of sports within the country to do something similar. I don't know what it is that they can do, but to do something to get athletes to gravitate and stay longer towards what they're doing. But definitely we're going to influence the taekwondo and different martial arts athletes that we have in the country. In the future, I hope that we can have some athletes, or we can have a way that athletes can make a living off competition. That is where I really want this show to end up, that we can get someone out here signing $50,000 and $200,000 contracts and $1 million contracts, and paying bills just from competing, so that people can see that there's another side to being successful in life.
Dragon Clash.
I'm originally from Hungary. I live in Belize in 3 years now. My hobby, I like photography, I like fitness, I like to go to the gym, beside martial arts. I chose to participate first because of the money. And when I started, I enjoyed so much the training, so after all, I didn't really care about the money. I just wanted to participate because of a lot of fun, the fights coming up, enjoy the fight. And if I win, that's gonna be a plus. Training was really good. I enjoyed every time when I was here. It was sometimes hard, sometimes was easier. I think all of it was necessary. I like the ground techniques, I like the stand-ups, but altogether it was really amazing. I had some formal training in Hungary. I did some Thai box, some Kung Fu back then in my childhood. My strength is, I would say, I'm more focused on stand-up fight, but I'm working on the ground techniques, so if I have to go ground, I try to give some hard time for my opponent.
The second you see someone moving, you can tell that this person has been trained before. He said he did it some years ago when he was a boy, but nothing really official, but he remembered some good stuff. His weakness, however, was the standing. He was not a very good striker, and he's a very nice guy. He doesn't have that aggressive attitude that William or Keith has. I think he's not quite the underdog either. I think if you underestimate him, he's going to get you to tap.
I would like to keep going with the trainings. It's part of my life, so I don't want to stop just because the fight is going to finish. So when it comes to sponsors, it's a little bit hard for me, especially being a foreigner in the country, because they would support more a Belizean. So far I haven't got any sponsors, only my wife is my biggest sponsor. But sponsors are welcome, so I would be happy to get one.
Dragon Clash. Dragon Clash.
I chose to participate because I love the sport and I just like to fight, and that's basically my whole reason for joining the Dragon Camp. While I was in the US, I did some training in jiu-jitsu camp, and a couple of jiu-jitsu guys learned something from them, but it was nothing major, so. In the West, I stay occupied by training a lot, running, have a lot of friends I hang out with, and do some swimming, horseback riding. I like grappling with Juan because Juan's really good, so you learn a lot from him. And Taekwondo, it's my first time doing anything in Taekwondo, so it was something different. I love fighting. I want to beat up a couple of these guys. Don't mind getting hit in the face, and I don't mind hitting people in the face. Yeah, I probably have a little bit more advantage on the ground game. I'm a little bit slick with the chokes and shoot the arrow. My cardio would be my strength. Try to, outlast some of these guys. Training was fun, man, when I could make it. Hard sometimes, Did not sustain any injuries during training, and it's a blessing.
He didn't have many techniques, but what he knew very well. So we had to basically start on him from a standpoint where what he knew, we broke it down and then just got him to know them better. And then we added several other techniques. Also, he received the boxing training, he received the taekwondo training, he received the karate training and the kickboxing training. Putting these together, still going into this competition, I feel that his grappling capabilities are his strong point. I think definitely he's going to try to pull every opponent down to the ground.
Plan to win it and hopefully go on from there, fight in different countries or something. I tried to get a sponsor, but it's kind of hard getting a sponsor here in Belize for mixed martial arts because they mostly go for soccer, cycling or something. Mixed martial arts is not big yet here in the country, so a lot of them kind of shy away when you talk to them about it. So it's kind of difficult getting a sponsor out there.
Dragon Clash. Dragon Clash.
I have many habits. I play a lot of sports, football, basketball, softball, anything that comes along. I'm also a boxer. I do boxing a lot. Yes, mostly at home. I used to be in a gym before I came here. The reason why I chose to join this competition is because when I saw the advertisement for it caught my attention. I've been training at gyms with nothing going forward, and I saw this advertisement, I saw this competition, and I saw that it had potential to take me forward into what I was really looking for, to be a fighter not only in gyms, not only in the country, but an international fighter. The training, it was great. I had a lot of fun. I met a lot of new people. I learned a lot of new techniques, different style of fights. It was a new experience for me. The part of the training that I liked the most was the judo. Even though I'm a boxer, I like the judo more because it's something new, and I like to learn new stuff. What I believe that would be my strength in the competition would be boxing. I've had several months of boxing, been training boxing for a while. I have other surprises, which I'd rather not mention.
He had some training in boxing. That was evident immediately once we started the standing training. Derek is young, so with him we can do anything. He can go far if he pursues a career in MMA. He took to the grappling. He also took to the kickboxing. He took to the taekwondo. He took to the karate training. So he is somebody who wholeheartedly and wholeheartedly entered this event to learn everything that he can. I cannot say for sure what his strength would be, although I believe that he's more a striker. Speaking to him, however, he admits that the best part of the training for him was the grappling because it was new. It was on the ground and not on his 2 feet.
After the Dragon Clash competition, where this first time, my plans are to get back to the gym in boxing. Also, I'm going back to school in January to study architecture again, to continue to study architecture. Well, I would like to say thanks to Maya Electronics. I'm very grateful for their help. They are sponsoring the fight for me.
Dragon Clash.
I'm a Belizean, guys. Born and bred, patriot, love my country, and Belize is a jewel. And basically, I'll fight for it. Training at the Dragon Camp, oh my God, it's exciting. I love training with the gentlemen here. We get to know each other, so it's gonna be a little awkward trying to punch up my brother, you know, but hey, the training, I would say 75% of what I know comes from out of the Dragon Camp. The whole training is good, but my favorite part is doing the grappling, which is my weakest point, so I love being down there trying to strengthen my weakness, you know? I've been boxing from I was a kid. Let's say from I was 7 years old, I got into the gym, was giving trouble. Well, I was giving trouble on the street, and Miss Gill saw me and took me to my parents, and my parents gave her the okay to take me to the gym every evening I come off of school. So every evening she'll be there at like 4 o'clock and take me into the Civic Center gym. And I've been boxing from I was 7. Boxing is my strength. I'm very good at striking, and since I've been in the gym and learned my legs, oh my goodness. I think I'm a very dangerous person. Honestly, I would say I need the cash, but I need people to know that, hey, Belize got talents, bro. We got so much experienced people that need to be seen, and fighting is what I do. So I'm saying, if I choose to do this mixed martial arts tournament in Belize here, like I did, I feel like it will open a couple people's eyes to the sport and to Belize that, hey, Belize is doing their thing down there. We got to go invite them to a tournament or something over here, you know?
Keith is, to me, one of the more special personalities moving into this competition. He had previous experience in boxing. He's an older guy. I think he's the oldest out of the entire two groups combined. But he was very disciplined. He was very easy to train, easy to work with. Even though he had some previous experience in striking, he never brought that up. I never saw that egotistical side of him. He was always there willing to listen and learn something new. So we changed his game completely from strictly boxing. We pulled him to the ground. We taught him how to maneuver on the ground, how to use his weight to immobilize an opponent on the ground. It was very interesting, and I know for him it was a bit difficult because his body structure was not accustomed to doing that. Then after the ground, we put him back on his feet, and then we taught him his legs. But he was just, he just absorbed everything. So it's very easy to work with, and he's one of the guys to watch out for going into this competition.
I think I will continue with Dragon, because from what I hear, Dragon Clash is going to be pushing this harder than it was first meant to be. We're going to hold a tournament almost every year. It might not be in Belize, it might be in another country, but Belize is going to be invited, so we're going to be known. That's the whole idea, to get us publicity, for everybody to know that Belize exists in the sporting world.
Dragon Clash. Dragon Clash.
The training with Red Dragon for the Dragon Clash is pretty amazing. You get a little bit of everything: the boxing, judo, jiu-jitsu, karate, taekwondo, a mixture of everything. Put all of them together and get something amazing. Very fascinated with grappling. So my thing was the judo portion of the training, but also I love the standing up fighting section of it, which was karate, taekwondo, because it helped me to learn to use my hands and feet more accurately. Chose to participate firstly for the $10,000. I mean, that alone tells its own tales. I mean, who doesn't need $10,000? Secondly, for the training, get to learn a lot of new stuff I've never learned before. Help me to be a better fighter, help me to gain friends. My strength would be judo, grappling techniques on the ground, standing, the throws, the ground to the ground.
Rennick brings a lot of raw power with him. He's a guy who regularly does weights, so he's very muscular. Most of his mass are actual muscles. Going up against Rennick, you would have to be prepared for that, and he's definitely going to use, his raw power he's going to throw that at you.
I have a 5-year-old son that all he talks about is fighting. He knows that his father loves fighting also. So he takes it upon himself every evening that I see him. Anytime that I see him, he's like, Daddy, I'll be doing karate soon. I'll be doing this soon. I'll be fighting soon. And he loves it. And so I want to keep that discipline in him because I want him to take himself far with it. So even after Dragon Clash, I'll be still here. I'll still be on the Red Dragon training, supporting him for the time that he starts. Yeah, I'm sponsored by Brigade Security Services. It's an in-house security company for the tourism village. I also branches out if need be. My boss is a strong guy in a sense. Keeps me going. Makes sure he takes me on runs every evening for 5 times per week, from Monday going down to Friday. If I don't show up at these runs, he's very hard on me. He loves winning. He doesn't like to lose. I would just like to say thank you to Brigade Security Services, also to my CEO and managers. Thank you very much for being my sponsor.
Dragon Clash. Dragon Clash.
I have a hobby playing with my kids. I love to play with my kids, take them to the park. And currently my newfound hobby is mixed martial arts, which I fall in love with. The training for me was very hard. I came in knowing nothing. 6 months of training, I really thought I was going to reach so far, but I made it and it was awesome. Everything I love about the training. It was very hardworking. I love the grappling, the kicks, the stretches. Everything I love about it. I love to watch a sport. I've been watching a sport for a very long while, and I just added it to my bucket list before I die. I wanted to try it out. So I entered. I have my co-workers who are very hot right now to come and see me fight, and motivating me more and more every day. And when my wife at first didn't like it, but now she is saying that I'm getting fit and she'll continue with it, so that motivated me more. Well, say pre-diabetic. Just taking my medication every day, but coming into the competition, into the training, I think it was the first month I got an injury to the rib, a bruise injury that took me almost a month to heal. Then after that, I got injured to my little toe. Well, that's something small. Then I went into a competition in Corozal, where I got my ankle terribly injured, swollen for 3 to 4 months. My son, he loves to watch wrestling sometimes with me, and he actually jumped from off the bed saying John Cena right into my rib, and that's what hurt my rib. First injury was to my right, then to my left rib. Now I'm physically ready to get it on. But I have already completed most of all my goals. But my new goal now is to make my new hobby turn professionally. I plan to continue after the competition to enhance myself in the sport. I have no sponsor currently, but I'd like to thank my wife for giving me the motivation, and with her help monetary-wise.
Dragon Clash. Dragon Clash.
The training was good. It was an awesome training. I show up in training every time, and my schedule is always busy because I go to work and I go to school, but still try to put up time to come to the gym to train. I chose to participate for the money, but not only the money, but to also gain experience in fighting, for a tournament like this, putting myself on the line for a huge show, and also to fight for Belize and my hometown, Nigeria. I was training martial art for 6 months, and came to the Dragon Clash and picked up with it and learned some new techniques that I haven't known, and it was good. My strength is the grappling. I'm a guy that is very hard to tap. I try to fight to escape from the submissions.
Sonny is, I believe, the underdog coming into this competition. He has a drive, he really wants it. He doesn't back down from a challenge. He had some previous knowledge in boxing, in striking, and also grappling, but nothing really structured or organized. So I feel that he was one of the easier persons for us to teach, just because he was all open, no attitude, just ready to receive.
My future goal is to keep the dream going. Even if I didn't win the fight, but the point of it is, having experience, never give up in nothing. You push up hard and you're gonna reach there. So that's how I believe, and I believe myself. In terms of getting sponsorship, it was hard for me because I haven't gotten any answer from anybody. But I would want to say to anyone outside, everybody, who want to sponsor the Stone team, come out, show assistance to me. I promise to give a clean fight, and I promise to keep the MMA dream going. And as far as I can, I will make it come true.
Dragon Clash.
I've been in Belize for over 6 years. I've lived in Belize City. I attended my high school here, and it's been great so far. I love poetry. I admire literature. I read a lot. And, I'm really enthusiastic to know more, into expressing your emotions and feelings through, writing and performing. Mostly performing arts. Well, most people are in it for the money. I'm in it for the glory. Win or lose, just stepping in the ring means it's always priceless. So I've had experiences in the past fighting, and win or lose, you go home feeling like a warrior, like a champion. So I'm in it for the glory, and if the money comes, wow, great. The training has been great. It's a one-in-a-million experience. You have to meet new friends, new training partners. It was intense. Some days I don't even want to come to training. Some days you just have to. It's the dedication that makes it great. The boxing aspect I felt more connected to the boxing aspect of the training. Boxing has to do with mind, soul, body. It works all your body parts. You think, you strategize while you're doing boxing. So I think that's why I felt more connected to it. You can hit, you can get hit, but aside from boxing and MMA, you can just grapple all night. But if you don't have that stand-up, I think most people want to see the knockout. Nobody really wants to see a guy grapple each other for 3 rounds.
He came to us also with quite experience in MMA. So he already did boxing, he knew some grappling, he knew some striking with his legs. What we did with him, we just took him and adjusted his techniques a little to make them more direct and make them more effective, made him more effective in using them.
The Corozal grappling competition, the jiu-jitsu competition, it was phenomenal. I had to, debut what I'm all about and, how good I fight. The intensity of when you're fighting it's different from, just training. So I think actually getting there, seeing new guys and just going, with them, grappling with them, it was great. I came in 3rd place, so it was phenomenal. I did good.
He has the personality for cage fighting. He's aggressive. Sometimes he comes off as a little bit too overwhelming or over-imposing, but in reality, if you're going to be in a contact sport, specifically mixed martial arts, and you don't feel that you're the best in the world, then really you're in the wrong sport.
If you're a fighter, you're not a lover. You're not soft-hearted. It's always when you get in the ring, you're a beast. You're somebody different. It's like you have an alter ego. So when I'm fighting, my alter ego is a scorpion. So a scorpion, he might be small, you can take it lightly, but it does damage. So when I'm fighting, I'm not William. I'm somebody else. And when I finish fighting, I'm still somebody else. I'm gonna miss everybody after the competition, and make good friends.
Dragon Clash.
I'm gonna put you out, homie. It's done.
Bring the piano.